I know I'm a little bit late to this because I actually wasn't going to make a video on this, but then more things just kept coming out as the week went on. When it comes to the whole Jey Uso situation, the WrestleMania landscape, and then you got the releases that, dog, Twitter has been up in flames, son. People are out here just mad. People are mad that people are mad. And as the week went on, I kept seeing more of the same take that's being perceived as the correct take to have. And at that point, you may as well draw my summoning circle because now I got to give my 3 cents worth. Dog, let me tell you something. We're going to get into this Jey Uso thing because I already recorded the video, but let me just get this piece in because I never said this in the original. You think it would be obvious that not everyone's going to have all the same wrestling politics or whatever you want to call it. Like, nobody's going to be on the same page with everything. I must be in the minority here because I noticed lately the channels that I seem to be liking, first of all, they're like smaller YouTubers. They're like in the low thousands to like maybe 30K max. And I don't even necessarily agree with them on a lot of things. But I watch enough different people with different takes to where I can get a wide variety of opinions. And that's interesting to me. But anyways, that being said, a lot of you probably aren't going to like this video. Dog, let me tell you something. I guess I don't have to say, I've already said it, so I'm just going to let the video play. But yeah, anyways, let's transition to earlier last week and hear what I said. The fact that I can make, and a lot of people can make the Charlotte in the Bank joke, and then they just go ahead and do it anyway, shit. Let me tell you something. She literally just come back and immediate title scene. Like, anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. This is more so about Jey Uso. This whole IWC versus real fans argument is just dumb to me. The IWC hates everything. You cannot be pleased and all this shit. First of all, even if that was true, you gotta look past that and look at the actual content of what people are saying as to whether what they're saying is true or not. And the bottom line is, not everybody's gonna like all the same wrestlers. And that's what's great is people have their choices. That aside, Jey Uso won the Rumble, and there's been some pushback. So basically, there's a crowd of people who aren't about this Jey Uso push when it comes to main event level because they think he's not ready yet when it comes to the in-ring. Stop there. Valid opinion. As of right now, and especially if you take last year's WrestleMania into consideration, you could say that he is not that caliber of superstar when it comes to the in-ring, which is fine. You're still allowed to like him. But what I want to bring up is this. You got people that want to disregard the opinions of people in the IWC because internet fans aren't real fans. That suggests that people in the audience don't have an internet connection or don't go online either. Because the main argument being run in defense of Jey Uso right now is, oh, he's over with the crowd. Nobody's booing him on television. Yeah, sure, that's all fine and dandy, until when it eventually happens, your only defense is gonna be, oh, fickle. What I'm getting at is you people need to stop putting the live audience crowd on this like pedestal, like they are the absolute and have all the right opinions on every superstar. Editing Tyzik here to talk more shit, because I'll be damned if I'm supposed to give wet chanters and woe singers the grace of being the measuring stick to tell me what I'm supposed to like and what I'm not supposed to like or who. Anyways, back to the video. If you want to use the same argument that the IWC doesn't matter, Charlotte Flair won the Rumble. I don't think there was any boos in the audience on the first night. So tell me why on the next episode of Raw, she was starting to get some boos. Did the IWC show up to the fucking arena? What are we talking about here? Like, stop using the audience as the main metric. Like, just like who you like. Stop trying to bandwagon and just try and be part of the more popular group when it comes to consensus. You're not the business. Stop acting like the business. Like, when somebody asks who you like, your answer shouldn't be, I like this guy because he's over with the crowd. This guy's my favorite superstar because he has the most t-shirt sales on WWEshop.com. What? That's basically what most people sound like when you look at Twitter. They have no arguments as to why they personally like somebody. They're just like, oh, this guy deserves the title. He's the top merch seller right now. He's really over with the crowd. Dog, you people would put the title on James Ellsworth if he sold enough t-shirts. When I turn on wrestling, I'm trying to see some good in-ring wrestling here. I'm not tuning in to be entertained by a t-shirt, okay? So Charlotte Flair is getting booed in real life and on Twitter. And then you go to the YouTube. All right, WWE's channel right now. 107 million. So that right there will tell you that wrestling fans very much do exist online. So we shouldn't be ignoring online opinion just because an opinion is being expressed through text. And then you pull up these two videos. Charlotte Flair wins the Women's Royal Rumble. And then you pull up the one for Jey Uso. And then you look at the like-dislike ratio relative to the views that it got. So Charlotte Flair, at the time of this video or recording, 4 days ago, right now it's sitting at 347K views, 8.3K likes, 37,000 dislikes. Then you go to Jey Uso's, 927,000 views, so almost 3 times the amount of views, 26,000 likes, 46,000 dislikes. And a lot of people say that the like and dislike count with the plugin isn't completely accurate, which I have seen that. But even if you just take the percentage ratio into account, the overall message translates to what's seemingly happening here. Charlotte winning, like we've seen this story, her just coming back and being immediately catapulted into the title scene. So people probably just are not interested in this. The Jey Uso stuff, it's new. It's more exciting to most people. So it's got more views, 3 times the amount, even though it's still majority dislikes, which also speaks to what's going on right now. People's only defense from what I'm seeing is, well, Jey is over. But it's like, you gotta realize, why is Jey over? They could have given him a steady run with the IC championship just to feel him out. But they took the belt off him in like 2 seconds, and now we're supposed to believe that he's just ready for harder competition? Again, this is a booking problem in my books, because I don't hate Jey Uso. I already gave my opinion on this whole thing. But anyways, I want to talk about this Jey Uso versus LA Knight situation that's causing a ruckus, because a lot of people, including myself, think that if you're looking for another babyface star, then what was stopping you earlier from letting LA Knight be that guy, for example? All right, so we're going to go down the rabbit hole and see what the IWC is saying about this. Let's see how split people are on the situation. So this first guy. It's fucking insane how LA Knight does what Jey Uso does, but 10 times better, but gets fuck all from it. LMAO. Okay, so I'm actually filming this backwards, but if I didn't say it already, out of LA Knight and Jey Uso, both have similar arguments when it comes to making their case for being World Heavyweight Champion, or just getting a mega push. I'm Team LA Knight. I think overall package-wise, LA Knight would have been the better choice there. Again, not to say that I hate Jey Uso, but... So this situation, I agree. LA Knight is easily good enough to have been World Heavyweight Champion by now. Being over with the crowd only matters if you're part of a famous wrestling family. So they're talking about the bloodline here. Don't tell me Jey Uso is over. LA Knight has been over for almost 2 years straight and hasn't gotten shit. I'm not going to be behind a decision because of popularity. Jey Uso isn't good, lol. Actually, let's see what people's rebuttal to this is, because this is true. LA Knight was mega hot, like, before Jey Uso was. He had the merch sales argument. Nothing really came of it. They still reluctantly seemingly put the US title on him when they did. LA Knight was a champion. Just because he is not the world champion doesn't mean he ain't gotten shit. It's bigger than what you see on TV, my guy. Like, why do they want to do it? My problem, again, if I haven't said this already, why are they doing it now in an inferior storyline? Like, why do they want to do it so badly now, seemingly? Like, they literally could have just had him be the one to dethrone Roman. Because in-ring skill-wise, it's not like he got, like, much better. The only difference from then to now with him, really, he's doing the yeet thing now? So you mean to tell me he just needed a catchphrase? That was it. And now you're just suddenly all about it. I'm talking about the company here, like the company decision, because I know what it is. They're setting up Gunther at the time of this recording. Like people are saying like, oh, I hope he goes for Cody. You know damn well he's not going for Cody's title. He's fully going for Gunther. Everybody knows this. So because of how Triple H books, first of all, Cody's way more protected than Gunther is. So they're just gonna have Gunther be the one that takes the L here because he's the heel. And to have Jey lose like another time would be kind of ridiculous, I guess. If he did go up against Cody, then he probably wouldn't win. So if you actually want him to succeed and get a championship, like, it's going to be Gunther, because he's not beating Cody. Cody didn't dethrone or finish the story, like, at the expense of the Tribal Chief just to lose it to Jey Uso. I don't care how many fucking t-shirts and, like, arm movements he'll be doing, like, in the crowd or whatever. I'm sorry, but Jey Uso has worked his ass off to get to this point. So tell me what you think Jimmy did. Did Jimmy do nothing? Is Jey the only one working his ass off? This argument goes to what my problem was in the other video when I was saying that everybody seems to think that Jey is just so much better than Jimmy. When we recall the whole Bloodline story. Also, I hate a lot of this retcon that's been happening. WWE's low-key been trying to do some of it too. So in the beginning, when it comes to the Bloodline dynamic, it was Jimmy that was cool with Sami Zayn. Jey hated Sami. Jimmy is the one who had the special handshake or whatever with Sami. Now they're trying to low-key make it seem like it was Jey that had that connection with him. It's like, yeah, you two became cool afterwards, but that's the Jimmy handshake that you're doing with Sami there. Also, if you want to talk about storytelling again, Jimmy is the first one who stood up to Roman Reigns, kicking him in the face. Jey was the one who was too bitch made to do anything in that story. So how is it, where's there room for suddenly Jey the one to get this mega push when it should have been Jimmy's push? He was the one who showed all the signs when it comes to like character development and everything that he was ready to like take the next step. But now you want to act like Jimmy did nothing this whole time and act like, oh, Jey's just so much better than Jimmy. He's better in the ring. Again, finessed by gimmick, like literally. All it took was yeet and an entrance. Also WWE's fault, again, for booking Jimmy like trash after the fact. Making him look like a fucking goof-ass nerd, sending him on a losing streak. Okay, let's keep reading here. No one smart is choosing LA Knight over Jey Uso. In case I haven't gone, let's think about the categories here. So what makes a superstar? Let's say the ideal, perfect, all-around superstar. So let's go the look, mic work, in-ring. Is there another one? Okay, so let's just do those three, and then I'll say. So who's got the better look? All right, so when it comes to the superstar look, who looks like the more believable, top guy, superstar main eventer? I'm leaning LA Knight. He's bigger, he's in better shape, If you pick Jey, it's probably more so how he dresses that you like than anything. All right, so superstar appearance, I give to LA Knight. So that's 1-0, 1-0. Mic work, also LA Knight. Now, Jey Uso isn't bad. I'm actually not going to take away points for the whole yeet shit, because essentially the crowd's forcing him into that half the time when it's happening. I know Jey can be good on the mic when he's not doing the yeet shit. I actually liked him a lot more before he started the whole yeet gimmick. So I know he can, Jay's good on the mic, no doubt. But I still give it to LA Knight when it comes to the content of what he's saying. Considering that they're both baby faces, LA Knight will still attack you or fight back and talk shit, which allows him for better content. Jey kind of just lets you like run over him and then does the fucking underdog speech or whatever. And then maybe he'll eventually say, I'll whoop your ass or whatever the fuck. Even if I give mic work a tie, just to be generous, LA Knight still wins in in-ring. So again, LA Knight just still wins. Ask someone what they like about Jey Uso and they can't say yeet or mention his entrance. See, when you say this though, the fans, Jey Uso fans have literally finessed themselves into thinking that he is great in the ring. That's the only problem here. Because there's nothing wrong with them. Like, if they enjoy his matches, they're not wrong for enjoying his matches if they just enjoy his matches. But it's not until they try and put him above other people, that's when it starts to get fucking... Like, let's see what people said here. You've definitely only been watching WWE for the past year and a half or so, considering this past year is when he started saying yeet. This actually isn't a good rebuttal. Because if you're talking about Jey as a single star, that is the time frame we're talking about anyway. So he's one of the best promos in the business. Oh my god, the retcon is crazy. He's one of the best promos in the business and arguably the biggest reason why people genuinely cared about the Bloodline story at its peak. Did you mean to say Sami Zayn? Because if we're not talking Roman, it was the honorary Uso Sami Zayn, which was heavily carrying the peak Bloodline. And isn't this the time period where Jey hated Sami, so before he became cool? So this guy's just wrong. Think he can use some work in ring, but it's always a good time when he's on the screen. Sure, yeah, you can enjoy him. Right, because Hulk Hogan was such a great worker. Anybody care about Hulk Hogan over here? I just recognize the impact he had historically, but he wouldn't have been my favorite at any point. This guy's a leg drop as a finisher. Being over means you're good. That's how it works. That's actually not how it works. Sometimes you can just be over because you're a meme or some other stupid thing just happened that made it work. Uso's not good in the ring. Decision made no sense. Let's see what the rebuttal is here. WWE isn't all about in-ring work. Well, apparently it's barely about in-ring work, which is what the problem is here that people are having. Is that in-ring work should contribute a little bit more than what we're looking at here. Okay, let's see if there's another post. It's been 2 days and I'm still seeing Jey sucks. Jey is boring. Where's LA Knight's title shot? Why is Jey getting this? LA Knight never had a crowd doing this every single night. Y'all stay mad. So the deciding factor is some form of crowd participation. Like, why is this way more than any other kind of crowd participation? Okay, what's this?
And this whole Jey Uso is over in the WWE, we've seen this story before. Y'all definition of over is having a crowd chant y'all lingo numerous times. My definition of over, Daniel Bryan had motion. That's having everybody over. Jeff Hardy had motion. He had everybody over. Dolph Ziggler, when he cashed in on Alberto Del Rio, he had everybody over. Just because the crowd chant your yeet or yeah or numerous times don't mean you over. Y'all need to stop doing that. Oh, he's the most popular star in the WWE. No, he's not. No, he's not. He just has the catchiest catchphrase in the WWE. That don't mean he the most over. We've seen this story before. Y'all begged for LA Knight to get a title run. Y'all begged for LA Knight to get a title run. He faced Roman. Y'all begged for him to fight Roman. He fought Roman. Roman smashed him. And it's not like he had multiple opportunities to do so anyway. And guess what? He was the most over. He had everybody saying LA Knight. Yeah. After that, he went to go get the US title. Had the US title. The motion died down all of a sudden. What happened? Everybody decided to call him boring. Shinsuke Nakamura comes along. Everybody switched up and wanted the title to go to Shinsuke. We've seen this before. So just because the crowd is chanting your catchphrase don't mean you're the most popular. You gotta actually have motion. And I'm not gonna lie, there's no hate to Jey.
All right, let me ask you people this. Let's create a situation where the WWE can't cop out of shit. So let's pretend it's Jey Uso, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, and Sami Zayn. And let's add LA Knight just because we were just talking about him. How would you order that in 1 to 5 when it comes to how popular each superstar actually is? I'm like talking about everybody in general. People at the shows, IWC, because these are real people too with opinions. What is the order there? So again, you got Cody Rhodes, you got Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, and then did I say Seth Rollins, LA Knight? So considering everybody's argument is always, oh, this person's over with the crowd, and then they like to disregard the IWC and all this shit, even through all that, you would have to admit, probably, that Cody Rhodes is no longer number one. The whole we want Cody shit, I think everybody is over that shit now. It's just that the presentation hasn't protected, so he's going up against people who you don't have to worry about being more popular than him right now. So if you put Jey Uso versus Cody Rhodes, for example, for the title, who do you think people are going to want to win? Or who would you want to win even? Are you still on Team Cody, even though you were about that hashtag 2 seconds ago? Or would you want Jey to win it? Same thing for Sami. Would you want any of these other four to beat Cody for the championship? Seth Rollins is the perfect example where he's just like entrance theme carry. I don't think people like Seth Rollins anywhere near as much as these other people. Change Seth's entrance music and he might actually be in trouble. And funny enough, that's when people want to try and bring back the in-ring argument when it comes to Seth. So people obviously do care about in-ring, they're just selective about when they want to fucking use it. Because then when they know someone's trash, they try to act like it doesn't matter. But yeah, pound for pound, if you take away entrances, I think LA Knight probably wins. By the way, the LA Knight versus Jey Uso discourse is fucking pathetic. They both deserve it, but y'all want to sit and boo-hoo about LA Knight. Maybe be happy that one of them even got the opportunity that easily could have went to John Cena or someone else that didn't need it. Weird as fuck. Okay, first of all, the only reason why this is a problem at all is because, again, one of them is severely lacking in one department, but is still getting the push that the other one could have had while having basically the whole package to high enough level. That's the only reason why people are mad here. To act like nobody is justified in speaking out, that's crazy.
Yeah.
This is where we're at, folks. This is peak entertainment, apparently. I hate the he is over argument. CM Punk is over, Roman Reigns is over, John Cena is over, LA Knight is over, Joe Hendry is over, and they all are better wrestlers than him. My love for wrestling dies when I think Gunther versus Jey will main event WrestleMania. Yeah, the whole he is over thing. Also, fans gotta like remember that they're fans and stop acting like they're the business. Like, imagine having the worst WrestleMania match of last year and then being rewarded the next year with a main event. Like, I've seen nothing from then till now that shows me that I have nothing to worry about. Also, this whole over argument when it comes to Jey Uso versus LA Knight, this is the most retrospective in hindsight shit I've ever seen. Because you didn't know this level of over even existed in current landscape before it happened. So now you're trying to like act like LA Knight's overness wasn't a big deal. LA Knight was more believable. If Jay's more over now, sure, fine. This could all be avoided if people were just good enough in the ring when given the opportunity. Because believe it or not, some wrestling fans actually respect or enjoy the in-ring wrestling aspect of the show. But anyways, that's all I gotta say about that. But on a final note, more importantly, let people like who they like and dislike who they dislike, and you can do the same. And there's no need to get too offended about it, especially when the person that you like is a supposed popular pick. There's really nothing to worry about.